When I walked in my bedroom, I was like, oh my God. I see myself in the future living here with my kids growing up and being happy.
Since 1985, Mercy Haven has provided housing and support to Long Island's most vulnerable residents, helping those who are homeless, living with mental illness, or living in poverty lead a life of dignity, hope, and community.
Since moving into a Mercy Haven home, it's been great. It's been stability for myself and my children.
I am forever thankful to Mercy Haven for bringing me to this beautiful place.
When I first came on the property, I couldn't believe, you know, it looked like a mansion to me, and I was like, this is mine.
I like living here because we're close to the beach.
Mercy Haven began with the recognition that people with mental illness face extra challenges in securing safe housing and receiving job training, even in remaining with their families.
We really knew that it was unjust, that people should have full access to things that are available to us. They ought to be able to live in safe environments. And if they have no means of receiving funds themselves through employment, then there's an obligation for the community to care for them.
Mercy Haven offers those in need a first step. We provide beautiful housing in good communities. We offer classes, jobs, and legal advocacy. Time and again, we've seen that first step change the direction of a person's life.
Today I have hopes and dreams for my future, and it's thanks to Mercy Haven and the beautiful home that they have given me here. I'm forever thankful, and I dream of getting a job in the nearby future. Presently they're working on my resume.
Eric and Marianne waited 2 years before finding family housing through Mercy Haven.
What's meant to be by living in this Mercy Haven home is a lot of happiness, there's a lot of joy, a lot of freedom that I never had before.
Living in this home has given me back security and something that I can work with and, you know, make me feel me and Eric at home.
Mercy Haven recognizes the critical importance of keeping families together within a safe home.
Mercy Haven has helped me with my most important job, being a mother, by giving me that stability. That was very important. I haven't had stability, and it helps me to be able to give my children the tools that they need to be productive citizens in the world.
I go to school in Colpeg and Middle Flower. In the past few years, I moved to 3 schools. Everybody shares mine and my mom's bed almost. I don't like living here.
Melissa's family qualified for housing through Suffolk County's Department of Social Services. At the time, Mercy Haven was supporting construction of a new house in Patchogue.
The house in Patchogue was the first home that we built from the ground up. So we demolished an old house that was boarded up, and we were able to build, have a new construction site.
Mercy Haven worked with the Village of Patchogue Mayor Paul Pontier and architect Michael Lagnes to design a house that would please both residents and neighbors.
It really shows that what can be done when you work with local officials in the community on a project. Typically, when you add permanent housing to a community to house people who are homeless or living with mental illness, often you come across some resistance. We found the exact opposite in the house that we built in Patchogue. The neighbors were very happy to hear that we were building a new site, and during construction they would come by, pump their fists, beep their horns, and celebrate the project with us. So it was a very rewarding experience.
I started crying, and I was like, God blessed us for having a beautiful house like that.
I think for me personally, the greatest experience was seeing the family that came out of a one-room shelter and seeing the children walk into the house, run into the yard, and start playing immediately.
It never gets old. The thrill of a family seeing their new house for the first time.
When I actually came on the property, first impression was like, wow. It was gorgeous, beautiful. Then when I actually stepped inside, I literally cried because I was like, this is mine, all mine.
My opportunities that I could do now than where I was before is I could go to libraries, rent movies and books, and I could go right up the road to the water and enjoy myself, hang out with my friends. There's nothing you can't run out of stuff. There's like plenty of stuff that you could do out here in Patchogue.
like to go to school and write and read books.
To meet these families is to feel joy at the new opportunities opened by their new homes. However, not everyone has had the chance to see the house through the eyes of Melissa or Michelle and their children. Mercy Haven was born in 1985 as a response to crisis. Changes in New York state policy had sent many people living with mental illnesses out of institutions. Most communities were unprepared to respond.
So I was in a parish where we responded to the need and opened a soup kitchen and a place of advocacy. And the more we were with the people, the more we realized lots of different things about their needs, one being housing. Local community, the town was going to close a large residential facility, and we knew the people who were in there. And so because of our relationships with them, we got very involved in the political dynamic, trying to stop it and to allow the people to have their housing.
If the Bay Bright Hotel in Bayshore did close, 116 residents, many living with mental illness, would have nowhere to go.
And so the group of people that were active decided to form a nonprofit corporation, which was then called Mercy Haven, so that we could apply for grants and be recognized as a good provider of services for the people.
Sister Pat reached out to her friend Sister Kathleen Nolan, and they decided to learn, in a hurry, how to run a hotel and a nonprofit organization.
But I didn't think of it as taking risks. I thought of it as answering an invitation. I knew how much had been invested in these people and how much Sister Pat and the volunteers had grown to love them.
Strong support helped Mercy Haven win a state grant to manage the Bay Bright Hotel. A fire in the hotel halted that plan, but the organization survived to find and manage good homes for these and many other displaced Long Islanders, with Sisters Pat and Kathy at the helm.
The foundation that they created is much like the foundation of a house. If you don't have a strong foundation, everything crumbles. The foundation consisted of excellent and comprehensive business processes, strong financial infrastructure, financial reporting, a very, very strong and loyal support base for the agency, and a strong culture that promotes the staff the ability to take risks, and a culture that promotes growth. But not growth just for the sake of growth. Growth only if we can provide the right services and environment for our participants.
For more than a quarter century, Mercy Haven has continued to grow in scope and mission.
I love the mission statement, Hal, which is to acknowledge the dignity and the potential of people who are homeless, living with mental illness, or living in poverty by providing housing, advocacy, education, and life skills development. That's who we are.
Today, the agency serves more than 250 full-time residents in almost 100 locations throughout Long Island, and reaches hundreds more through classes, professional development, and outreach efforts. At the heart of our mission is housing. Based on individual needs, residents might receive a place in one of our community residences, in our adult home, Pleasant Gardens, or in our supported housing.
A community residence is group living, where individuals live together with supervision. We have 3 community residences at Mercy Haven. We have 2 in Suffolk County and 1 in Nassau County, a total of 34 participants.
For those who need a higher level of personal care, Pleasant Gardens offers housing and support to 26 adults.
These folks have 24-hour supervision there. There's personal care aides that assist them with cooking, cleaning, medication supervision. All of that is done for them.
In addition to the complete personal care, Pleasant Gardens also offers residents a range of activities.
The staff, the PCAs, get the folks out into the community to, movies, bowling, or whatever. So it's full. It's a full recreation calendar over there for them.
Dear Sister Pat, I just want to convey to you the comfort my family feels due to our sister residing at Pleasant Gardens.
So it's a nice home. I think that's what Mercy Haven's about, home and family. And we've definitely instilled that in staff down to our participants. It's nice.
Our supported housing program is called Hearth, which stands for Healed, Encouraged, and Renewed Through Housing. Residents enjoy independent living with supportive services provided by a dedicated staff of housing specialists.
The housing specialist, helps me in any problems that I, come up with the house. She'll help us with that. She'll help us with, if we have paperwork, she'll go over it for us too. And she's very helpful.
Like the hurricane that we just dealt with, they were very considerate and actually called me to make sure me and my family were okay. And, I was actually like, wow, because I never got that treatment from a landlord. So once again, I'm very truly thankful for Mercy Haven and the fact that they go beyond their limits to make sure me and my family are safe and even, happy and comfortable. So I appreciate that.
All of our houses are maintained with love and care, because we know that external beauty and security create the space for internal healing and renewal.
I enjoy living at this apartment because it has absolutely everything that I need. It affords me a place to relax, to rest, to feel tranquil, and it affords me a place where I can think about my life and make some plans for my future.
In addition to housing, Mercy Haven offers support programs to teach a range of life skills. One of these programs is REAP, our Resident Empowerment and Achievement Program, offering art classes, holiday gatherings, and part-time paid jobs.
Doing the mailings helps me keep my Medicaid, and I also get to, like I say, to meet new people and to make new friends, which is, to me, is the best part of the whole thing. It gives me a chance to get out, to be somewhere, to feel useful, to feel like I'm needed, and that's an important thing in my life.
Through MAP, the Mercy Advocacy Program, Mercy Haven offers legal advocacy, breaking new ground in legal protections for low-income citizens.
Well, the Mercy Advocacy Program, known as MAP, was established to provide our residents at Mercy Haven with access to free legal services on what we call their civil legal emergencies.
We're very lucky to have an attorney with the breadth of experience that John Castellano has, and it's been a wonderful program because it has taught staff, it has taught the general public, and it has taught the residents, and caused real systemic change throughout the state.
In one case, Mr. Castellano, along with his co-counsel Peter Vollmer and Jean Doyle, claimed that thousands of New York State residents had their benefits reduced based on the source of income rather than the amount of their income.
And we at Mercy Advocacy smelled a rat, a legal rat. And we said, how could the state do this based on income type as opposed to amount?
The result? A landmark class action decision in favor of Mercy Haven clients, issuing retroactive food stamp benefits beyond Mercy Haven to 115,000 individuals throughout New York State. Another program that allows Mercy Haven to extend its reach is Breakthrough.
And what it consists of, it's a 12-week, 24-session program in which people who are either currently homeless or living in a pattern of being in and out of homelessness could do some further development of skills they already have and maybe don't realize they have or forgot they have, and then gain some additional skills as well.
Breakthrough offers a nourishing meal at each gathering, as well as different types of classes. One is a writing workshop.
The hope of the story writing and sharing is that people will learn from their past patterns. And so maybe the next time they're faced with a crisis, if they can stop and say, in the past, when something like this happened, I always did maybe head for a drink or, go and get some sort of a drug. And maybe at least they would stop and think this time and say, I don't want that to be my first move.
Other Mercy Haven residents, such as Denise, offer an especially vital perspective to participants of Breakthrough.
I present maintaining and building healthy relationships, which I love doing. I love the interaction with the population that they bring in, different people. And it's Breakthrough is such a great opportunity for people to come in and develop relationships and understand that everyone goes through different things in life, and that what started out as a bad thing, as an obstacle, living with mental illness, has turned out to be a blessing. That people that care and people that support and will nurture you through the process of healing and growing.
What keeps us going? Mercy Haven works to create the kind of community we all want to live in. We help individuals turn their lives around and help communities to be more inclusive. We extend our reach by educating staff at other agencies throughout Long Island and making meeting spaces available. In 2009, the Mercy Enrichment Program was created, and a beautiful house in Brentwood serves as its center.
Part of my interest in having a place like the Mercy Enrichment site is so that we are present to the community and offering opportunity for us to really take care of ourselves and our own mental health. And it's kind of a preventive program in some ways, hoping that people take the time to separate from their work and to enrich their own lives by reflection, by education. It's also available to other community groups who have the same values as Mercy Haven as a place of respite and retreating and formation.
Our volunteer and mentoring programs allow neighbors to help neighbors, to learn new skills, and to make a difference. Our events allow businesses, partners, busy Long Islanders, and celebrities to show their support while networking. Our residents continue to teach and inspire us through their eloquence, their courage, and their willingness to share their journeys with us.
Well, since I've been living with Mercy Haven, my life has just begun for me. I arrived at Mercy Haven a broken, beaten individual. There was nowhere else to go for me, and Mercy Haven is a great advocate of the broken down, the broken hearted, the broken spirited. She's also the finest advocate of people who are homeless, and she takes special care and gentleness towards people that are mentally ill. And I'm very happy and very lucky to be here.
Mercy Haven is proud to have helped so many individuals find better, more secure lives. However, many more continue to struggle. In Suffolk County alone during the Great Recession from 2007 to 2011, the homeless population increased by 50%. By 2012, more than half of Suffolk's homeless were children. We know that we can't reach every individual who needs us, but we know that we can reach many more with your help.
I would encourage others to support Mercy Haven, because by doing so you'd be helping people right here on Long Island.
What motivates Mercy Haven supporters? Many can think of a family member, a friend, or a neighbor who has needed extra help and understanding. Many want to make compassion a part of their daily lives. Almost all tell us that their interaction with Mercy Haven has changed them. One board member recounts his reaction after visiting a Mercy Haven home and talking at length with the resident.
He got his meds every day, and meds that would help him, not hurt him. Got a clean place to sleep. Got food every day, and not food that was thrown out somewhere, but food that was made for him. He was able to live with a group of people who cared about him, and it was obvious that they did. He was content, and it really impressed me that this Mercy Haven did this kind of thing.
Others are motivated by their desire to give back.
I personally support Mercy Haven as a board member because I believe in its mission. Helping the homeless, helping the poor, helping people suffering with mental illness. Anything that I can do as a board member to help the agency help them, I find very rewarding.
Our residents and staff find continued inspiration as new, bright futures seem to open up before them.
My hopes and goals for the future is maintaining my home for me and my children.
My hopes and goals for the future is to graduate from Pat Med High School and go to Brightcliff College that's right up the road. And I want to learn good stuff there, and I want to come home and still think that this is my home.
My hopes and goals for the future is that me and Eric live a long life together, and that we get to stay here because it's couples housing and stay together. And I take care of the home as if it was my own, and respect whoever comes in my home. You know, they're welcome at any time. They don't even have to call if anyone wants to come. And I am very happy here.
My hopes and goals for the future is to be an advocate and help people who can't speak for themselves with my situation, and from this point forward, it's about moving on, taking it to the next level.
My real hope for Mercy Haven was that someday it no longer has to exist. That we could get to a point where agencies like ours do not have to be the ones to respond to people's needs, but that communities of compassion would develop in which we would be caring for one another.
The times aren't easy, and the systems of care aren't going to grow in their support, and I think it's going to be harder, and the probability of less funds is something that we've experienced. However, I think we have great resource in the creative energies of alternative things that we could know and do if people would trust their creativity.
I'm finally going to have a place for me and my children to call home. Oh, God.
I'm as happy as I've ever been in my life, thanks to you.